Lesson 3, Types of AC. In the previous lessons, we've discussed the refrigeration cycle. In this lesson, we're going to discuss the types of AC. So we have many families in ACs. We start off with the monoblock air conditioner, and then we have the split air conditioner, the package unit, the VRF and VRV, the VAV, and the chillers. So we'll start off with the monoblock. First of all, monoblock means one block, so everything is just in one place. So the compressor, the condenser, the expansion, and the evaporator are all together in one block. Examples of that are the portable AC, there's the floor mounted, there's the wall mounted, there is the spot cooling, and there's the very famous window AC system. So we're going to, in this lesson, we're going to discuss the differences between monoblock and split, and in the next lessons we're going to cover the rest of the air conditioning systems, each and every one of them. Okay, so our next AC system is the split AC. The first type is the wall mounted. There is also the cassette or the ceiling mount. There's the floor mounted, and there's the duct mounted, which is usually above the ceiling, and there's the portable AC and the multi-split type. So the reason why I started off saying or discussing the different types of ACs is because usually this is an interview question where they start off by asking what are the different types of AC. So you should be aware of the different types of ACs. So we'll start off with the window AC from the monoblock family. So as you can see in this photo, the window AC is just right there, but you might ask yourself, where's the compressor, where's the condenser, where's the expansion, and the evaporator? You've always been telling us that this is the basic foundation of HVAC. So if you look at this photo, you'll find the main components of the HVAC: the compressor, the condenser, and the expansion valve, the evaporator, also known as the cooling coil. So it's all a compact unit, and that's why it's called monoblock. We will move on to the we'll move on to the advantages and disadvantages of the window AC. So one advantage is that the window AC is compact in size, and the initial cost is quite cheap in comparison to the other types of AC. But the thing is, it consumes a lot of energy, so it's inefficient. The second advantage is that it's very easy to maintain. You only need to just remove the cover and everything's just there in one place. But one disadvantage would be that it's very noisy. The third advantage for a window type AC is that it's easy to install, provided that you have a hole in the wall or a window. That's why it's called a window type. But the second disadvantage is that it has a capacity limitation, so it goes up to 2.5 tons. That's the biggest window AC that I've seen in terms of capacity. So why don't we just go ahead and split the noisy people or the noisy components from the not so noisy components? And this is the split unit type. This is the wall mounted split AC, which is very common. If you can see in this photo, the noisy machine is outside. So the compressor, in essence, the compressor, condenser, and electronic components are outside, and the evaporator and expansion valve are inside, and the orange color in between is the copper piping. So how does it work? Where's the compressor, condenser? Again, the compressor and condenser are the outdoor units. The evaporator is the evaporator and expansion device are in the indoor. If you see in this photo, as we said in the previous lesson, hot air goes up, passes through the cooling coil, and then becomes cold and eventually goes down because it's more dense. So we're going to move on to the advantages and disadvantages of split unit AC. So one advantage is that it's very quiet. However, a disadvantage is that it has a very high initial cost in comparison to window type AC. The second advantage is that it's energy efficient. However, it requires copper pipings, and sometimes the route of the copper piping is very long, which is an additional cost. The third advantage is it doesn't require major civil work. It's only to mount the indoor unit, mount the outdoor unit, and just a hole to pass the piping. However, it requires a professional team to install it. Thank you very much. Wrapping off, in this lesson we learned the different types of ACs. We've compared between the window type AC and the split type AC. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe.